Whoop! This thing does not handle well at all. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to another GTA 5 video where today we're going to be looking at some more lore-friendly vehicles. Because today I want to show you the new style decommissioned version of the Police Stanier for GTA 5. There's a few different versions of this. There's like a 2000s one, there's a 90s one, and then there's like a 2010s potential model I think it's supposed to be. And also I want to check out a really cool off-roader version of the other type of Stanier. So we're going to be full of different types of Staniers or Staniers or however you say it in today's video. Just really wanted to check out this rather simple looking lore-friendly vehicle, but just looking deep into it and seeing what more details there are, and I guess maybe stancing one. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Or at least making one of them into something interesting. We'll have to see. So before we jump into today's video and everything else, where I've actually got a bit of a murder scene going on, I won't say whether I'm responsible for that. I am. But before we do all of that, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below as always. So, yes, we're looking at Staniers today. This version that we have here, the police version, is a car that you can only get as a police car in standard GTA 5. This type of model is just only available as a police car. Well, of course, over time, police cars sort of get decommissioned, and they also seem to sell as civilian cars, and we don't really have the option inside of standard GTA for the standard civilian version of this car, which is where this mod comes in. So here we have spawned in these three new styles of Stanier. Now, normally, this is the version that we can get as a civilian one. This is the same sort of one that you would get as a taxi. This was in GTA 4, I believe, as a police car. This is now the standard type of Stanier that you get inside of GTA 5. Whereas these over here, as you can see, are the plain civilian versions of this police car. So this one doesn't have all the light bars on the top. It doesn't have all of the bull bars. It has different types of wheels. We've got these sort of like civilian hubcap style ones here in three different styles. This one's pretty modern looking. In fact, looking at that, oh yes, you can actually see the steel wheel underneath. That is cool. I wonder if I could zoom in and actually get... Okay, I'm not actually going to get behind that, I don't think. Yeah, that's going to be really hard to get behind. Oh, you can actually sort of see it on the left there. As I break through the hubcap, you can see that there is the wheel underneath, the steel wheel. Then we have this one, and then we have this one, which I believe works in the same way. Yes, look, there you go. There's the steel wheel there. Is this one a hubcap as well? Yes, it is. Okay. Although some people call them wheel trims, I think hubcaps is actually technically just the bit in the middle. It's just... I don't know if that's like that in America, but at least in England, I know that people normally say hubcaps to refer to the whole thing and not just like the hub that's in the middle. So anyway, here we have, first of all, on the left, the modern Stanier. This one seems to be slightly upgraded. It's sort of like less chrome than all of the others. If we look at these ones, we've got chrome strips and all this sort of thing, and chrome grills, whereas this one has all of the chrome gone, and then we also have this black grill going on here. And the other thing to note is these ones have the yellow or actually amber indicators, whereas the police car just has them in clear. That's just a nice little detail there. In fact, this modern grille is actually probably closest to the police car because, as you can see, it does have the plastic grille, even though this one does have the lights stuck inside it, whereas this one just seems to be the police grille without the lights. So going around, everything is very plain on the side of this modern one. Doesn't have any of the chrome stuff. Still has the same sort of badging on the back, and in fact all the rest of the bodywork seems to be identical, just the fact that this one doesn't have so much chrome. And here you can see on the interior, this is the basic interior, which I believe is the same interior you get in all of them. Yes, that is exactly that, although in the police one you just get this little CB radio thing on the dashboard. So moving on to the second one, this is the 1990s version of the Stanier. This is actually dated as the 1998 version. Which, as you can see... Oh, by the way, these are all based on the Crown Victoria, if you hadn't already noticed. This is what it's supposed to be on. So these are sort of also loosely based on the Crown Victoria as well. Just the lore-friendly versions. So this, of course, has all the yellow indicators and stuff going on. Also got the yellow indicators in that middle bit as well, which is really cool. This one has the chrome on the bumpers and going not all the way around, actually, just on the bumpers. Front and rear, nice thick chrome. There you can see, and then these different wheel trims, and then we have this version which has, again, this is the 2000s model, so it's supposed to be like an upgraded one with some newer, more modern looking wheel trims. And apart from that one, this one seems to have a slightly thinner chrome bar. This one just sort of has like one thick chrome bit. This one just has the bit in the middle as chrome. Again, it's supposed to be like some sort of facelift model. And there you can see on the back the same thing. So when these are in traffic, they do look very similar, but of course they are slightly different, and they have these little things which set them apart as Staniers from different years. So let's just jump out. I'm actually going to jump into the 1998 Stanier because I think that's my favorite. I just like the wheel trims on it. It just looks like it fits inside the game more. These ones here just look a little too bright and stand outish for me. Just something about it just feels a little off. Whereas this one's cool. This one I can deal with, but I think these wheels just look the nicest. I think this one looks the nicest with the full chrome. So I'm going to pick this one to check out. And if we go to menus customs, there's actually nothing we can do with this, which means the only thing you can really do is paints, wheels, and slam, I guess. Now what I could do for this is what I usually do, which is I either go for a stance version, I either go for a slammed version like a hot rod, or I go for an off-roader, battle car, that sort of thing. But what is this woman doing? What is she doing? Well, anyway, Bob322 has actually made a new version of the original Stanier, which is this one over here. This is the one that you get in standard GTA. But he's made an off-roader version. So before we actually tune any of these, I just want to check this other vehicle out first, because it looks so amazing. And here she is. Let me just bring this all the way over here so we can compare this to the original. Okay, so here we are with both of them next to each other. So obviously the main thing of the base version is the fact that this thing is just jacked up on far bigger wheels. Apart from that, the bodywork seems to be the same. We've got the same sort of Vapid thing. This one has the Vapid badge in the middle, whereas this one doesn't have it. But this one, you might also notice, is a police cruiser. So this is actually a decommissioned police cruiser that has been turned into a battle car. If you ever go to like the battle car subreddit, where you can see people who've made like the real life versions of these, you know, seeing something like a decommissioned police cruiser is actually quite common, I would say, because it's just a very cheap, robust car. It's the sort of thing that you can really just like build like this and just drive it forever, it seems. Again, the Crown Victoria is actually one of the most robust vehicles you can buy in America, I would say. Wasn't that a thing? I know at least, I've been reading up on the wiki about this, that the Stanier is actually one of the most best handling cars, or at least the best handling sedan in GTA 5, and also is the most robust in an accident. It means you can just smash these things up time and time again, and they don't actually get completely crumpled, and you can still drive them. So I guess that's sort of like a reflection of the real-life model. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting little factoid that I read about these when I was just having a quick look about Staniers before starting the video. So actually, there are some parts, unlike these ones, which are really just standard cars. This one does have some interesting parts to go with it. So let's just open up Menus Mod. Let's go to Menus Customs, and let's just start off with Benny's Lowrider mods. It's actually got a few of these. So in the arch covers, we have the interesting Headlight Delete, which is very curious. I quite like the idea of this. This is going to be interesting. Then on the aerials, we have, actually it's not really an aerial, it's the option of a snorkel coming all the way down there. Again, this looks amazing. This can turn it into an amphibious vehicle. And then we have a bunch of liveries, which actually I'm going to save till the end, because we also have front bumpers, quite a lot of them. We have the stock, we have the front license plate delete, we have the front bumper delete, if you like such things. Then we have loads of various bars and stuff taken from other vehicles inside the game. So we've got the crawler bar, the ram bar, the ball bar, which also attaches to the original bumper. Then we have crawler bar 2, ball bar 2. I do like some of these, especially this one actually. I don't know why. There's just something about that which I feel like really fits this car. Then we have the bumper guard, we have ball bar 3, then we have protector bar 2, and the push bar, which is very similar to what you would get on a police car. So that's also like sort of takes it back to the whole decommissioned police car thing, if it was able to keep that sort of police car style ball bar, push bar thing on the front. So for this build, I'm actually going to keep that in and make this look a bit more like a police car. Then on the rear bumper, we have the option of stock. Then we have the rear bumper delete. Then we have the ball guard. And then we have ball guard number 2. I actually really like the look of ball guard number 2 for some reason. I don't know what vehicle these are taken from. Actually, both of them just look amazing. I think I'm going to go with ball guard number 2. Then on the skirts, we have side steps, if you want such a thing. I guess because it's jacked up a little, you might want some side steps. To be honest, though, it makes it look a little too chunky for me. So I'm actually not going to go with that. I'm going to keep that stock. I mean, it's not that high. We don't really need them. Then on the grill, we have the stock grill. This is obviously going to be a little bit annoying because we've got this bar in the way, but never mind. We have the stock grill. We have the primary grill. It just changes the color. Not on the bottom, though. I wonder. Let's go change the front bumper and see. No, for some reason, it's black on the bottom. Oh, that might be a little bug or something where it's kept the original grill in, or there's another part that I've added. It's perhaps somewhere where it's sort of conflicting, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Yeah, as you can see, it does seem to keep that the whole way through. But anyway, we have that with the primary color. We have the chrome trim on the top. We have the chrome grill. Then we have the Murica grill. Again, it's just a little bit seemingly broken on the bottom. So I'm actually just going to keep that stock for this build. Then on the hood, we have the stock hood. We have the metal protector right on the top there. I'm not really entirely sure what this is for again. Maybe to stand on the bonnet and not dent it. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in another video and you guys told me the answer, but I've already forgotten. I've got a terrible memory. Then we have the bug deflector, which I think looks really cool. And then we have the Murica bug deflector. I'm just going to go for the standard bug deflector on this one. I really like this color, but it would just look so much more amazing in matte, I feel. But I do always go for that color scheme when I do these cars. And then we have on here the fog lights extra. I really like that as well. Again, they're all sort of covered up. I wonder if I go back and... Oh, okay, they're always covered up. Never mind. Then on the roof, we have a few options. So stock, we actually have this little roof rack here. So we can actually choose to delete that if we wanted. We also have the roof rack and antenna delete. As you can see, there's an antenna on the back there. There's nothing that gets rid of this light panel, though. There was no way to really change that and get rid of that option, which is a bit of a shame, because I do have another idea for another build for this, which won't work with this. But we also have one with a spare wheel. We also have one with some luggage. We also have one with the old light bar as well. And then we also have one which is just a combination of the spare wheel and the luggage. Now, I did say I was going to make this more like a decommissioned police car, but they wouldn't have kept the lights. So I guess just having the roof rack and that is probably all we're going to have, if I wanted to make this a bit more realistic. So let's just go back up to liveries and check these out. So we have the stock. We have the worn. This just sort of keeps it so you can choose your color and just have some rust and stuff going on here. Then we have the US Army worn. Again, this is a very similar thing to what I use with Decal 5, adding in the star and the circle. Then we have white stripes. This is actually nice, smooth, not rusted out. If you wanted to have a nice, clean-looking battle car, there's some stripes there. Then we have the same in black. Then we have the Off-Road Beast white, if you wanted to have this crazy thing on the back for some reason. And we also have the black version of that. Then we have Blood Rush, just a red version. It says Blood Rush on the side, Blood Rush on the front. Then we have Blood Rush worn. We can have just a combination of that and the worn. And then we have the decommissioned police car look with the rust, which is basically the same police car colors, but they've just sort of painted over these bits where this sort of obey and serve and all that sort of stuff would have been. And I really like how that looks. That is so cool. So I'm going to keep that exactly like that. And actually, that is that build done. That's all I wanted to do with that. Maybe I'd go for a satin color, because I think we're not actually going to like adjust the color in any way, because this is just a livery. But it should be able to take on like the type of paint we use. So if I was to go to utility or worn or something like that, yeah, it does make it look a little less shiny. There we go. That's a bit more like it. I mean, this is supposed to be like a original police paint, which would be shiny, but then you could just say that sort of like the lacquer's peeled off and it has gone a bit matte. So maybe that works. So there we are. Now I just want to do a quick build. I'm not even going to do the whole music sort of thing. All I want to do is just make the full build, because I've had another quick idea that I want to do with this. Seems like it's already jacked up. Let's just spawn in and modify my my idea that I've got here. Okay, so here we are with the quick build. Basically, I just made it this sort of like gasoline green. I've gone for the American bug deflector because reasons. And I chucked these on. I didn't use V-Stancer at all for this build. All I did was just added in these donk wheels, and we've instantly got a donk without having to use V-Stancer. But of course we could actually use V-Stancer and make this even worse than it already is, but we don't need to. I think that that is perfect as it is. So let's move back to these stanniers that we've been checking out before. In fact, one of them I've noticed has despawned, but that's fine because we only wanted to check this one out really and modify this one. So I do want to do a slam version, but on the topic of these lifted style off-roader ones, I just want to give it a try. So it's going to be a very simple build of just going to wheels, just going to off-road, probably go to my favorite off-road wheels, which are these, then go into the paints and actually making this nice and dirty as well. You can see that it's got all nice dirt mapping and everything with this, absolutely perfect. Fenton's done a great job on this one. And then just going through the worn and just finding a paint that works. I mean, the off-white actually looks really good for this for some reason. I don't know why, even something like, if we were to go orange or taxi yellow, it does actually look like some sort of decommissioned taxi in a way. Especially with the chrome on the grille as well, that's very taxi-like. In fact, I really like that. I like how that works. Do you know what? I'm going to have that as the theme. As sort of in the way that this one over here is a decommissioned police car, this is a decommissioned taxi turned battle car. Just sadly, we can't get all the bull bars and stuff with this one. Bob322, are you going to do one for this too? You know, an off-roader style one? That'd be pretty cool to see. So apart from that main build, all we really need to do is actually use V-Stancer with this one, seeing it's not already big-wheeled and lifted. So I'll just make the wheels a little bit bigger, like that. I'll make them a lot wider, actually, a bit more like that. And then I'll just go to visual lowering and crank that up. And actually, visual lowering is a good idea because as I've said in other videos, it doesn't affect the handling. I'm just going to go take that other stanny for a drive in a minute, and you'll see that where it's been lifted, it has made it a little bit top heavy. It does tilt a bit when you go around a corner. But we'll have a look at that in a second. So there we go. We'll track width that out a bit. And there we have a lifted version. In fact, that's a hell of a lot more lifted than the other ones, I think. Also, side note, there's a lot of these stanniers suddenly spawning in traffic. Look at them all. They are absolutely everywhere. Yeah, okay, this is just a little bit higher with bigger wheels than the other version. For sure. Right, so before we do our final build with this one, I just want to take this out. Just take our random, stupid-looking donk thing. We don't really have the right sort of liveries and stuff to make a donk version, as well as we can't get rid of that light bar, so this will have to do. But if we just start going for a drive, let's just pick up some speed here and go around a corner, and you'll see what I mean about it tilting. Yeah. Do you know what? That took absolutely nothing to do that. This thing does not handle well at all. This thing's actually pretty terrible for handling. And again, whoop, yeah. Yeah, if you get this mod and you're doing a mission, don't grab this car, because you'll be in for a bad time. And again. Right, I'm going to save the best till last. It's actually probably going to be the worst. Let's spawn in one of those stanniers and make a stance version. Okay, so let's actually drive it outside of Benny's. It seems we can get some nice lighting going on out here. So I'm not going to do much to this one either. It's just going to be a case of just going to customs, making some brighter paint, and just fitting on some nicer wheels. So I don't even need to do the whole skipping and the music thing. We just need to find some nice wheels that go with this. Might have to go through a few of the... Ooh! Why does that look good? Why do these wheels look good? Okay, we'll go for them. And we could just keep the paints quite simple. We could also make this like a slammed hot rod style one, as I'm pretty sure I've seen a Crown Vic that's been tuned in that way. So I might actually do 2 quick builds here. So this one, I might just keep it that color because it's sort of almost satiny. Maybe we'll just go for utility and black poly. Again, it's very similar. I'm just going to go for that. I'm just going to go straight for that, make this nice and simple. So all we need to do is just go to V-Stancer, and let's just go to tires first of all. We need to make this a lot wider, because these wheels are really thin right now. So we'll make them like that. I think that's going to work. And the size, I'd say, is good. Do you know what? I'm going to make them slightly smaller. Just 3 clicks smaller, I think would be enough. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to visual lowering and just knock this down. I mean, some of you are not going to be into this, I guess. Maybe some of you will be thinking, do you know what? That's not as bad as I thought it would be. No, I could actually just slam it exactly like this and just keep it like that. Maybe just a bit more lowering. Get that front track width in. Do you know what? That's not so bad like that, but I do want to see what it looks like with some camber, because I also wanted to go for a slammed one with some hot rod wheels. So I'm just going to go for some rear camber right here. Knock that like that. Proper street build this is going to be. We're going to have to actually lift that rear height up just a little bit. like that. And you know what? We could actually just keep it exactly like that. That is that build done right there, I think. In fact, actually, let's just get it like this. Go to our camera. Yeah, what do you guys think? Oh, where am I going? There we go. What do you guys think? I don't know. Do you know what? There's something about the Crown Victoria that I just really like. Even as like a lowrider, just you know, it's just a chill car. You can have it low, you can have it slammed. It's not supposed to be driven hard around corners. I mean, it's designed to be driven, I guess, and being crashed into and used by the police, so the handling isn't actually that bad for these, apparently. But still, it is a big, wafty American cruiser. So, for my European eyes, this looks like the sort of thing that you'd want to just, like, make a weird VIP build. And I think that sort of works. Right, let me just spawn in another one. I'll spawn in the other version, the later version, actually. And I just want to make a quick hot rod version. Okay, here we are. So all I'm going to do is, I could actually make this like a matte black. I'm just trying to think of how I can make a hot rod inspired color. Mind you, I guess I could just go crazy with the color. So we'll actually do that first. This is going to primary. Let's get a metallic, make this nice, bright, rich color. Oh, I do like the look at that wine red, though. Even when we go for, like, as soon as we go for this, it just looks like a taxi straight up. Look at that. Straight up taxi. So I guess the only color you can really go with for this one to actually make it look like a normal car is probably a red. Lava red already has that nice sort of yellow flip to it. Maybe we can go ahead and just change that to a pink or something like that. It's going to be a weird color, but do you know what? Whatever. And then, let's go for wheels. Let's just go for Lowrider. Or maybe even in the Benny's Originals we might find something. Maybe I'll go for something with some white wall tires. Oh, okay. These wheels are interesting. Yeah, actually, this is definitely more lowrider than hot rod, but I do like the look of the smoothies with the white wall tires, I have to admit. But do you know what? No. Let's just go for muscle, actually. And maybe we'll go for something like the Dukes or something like that. See, now, as soon as you put those wheels on it, this thing looks like it's got about 500 more horsepower than it should have from standard. Just sticking those wheels on just makes it look fast. I was actually thinking of making this more like a showy hot rod thing than an actual usable one. So I'm thinking like these big wheels right here. I don't know why I've got this idea in my head. So let's just do this. Let's just go to V-Stancer and we've got our tires. Make these wider. And I guess actually this size might work. We won't make them super wide though. We'll have about that and then go to suspension and just slam the living daylights out of this. This might not work. Let's get that front track width in. Oh, no. No, I think it's possible. It's going to be tucked in, but that sort of, it just goes with the territory. That is the look. And we can have that right down on the ground. Right there. That is pretty much glitching through. We've got that bit on the front as well. If we start driving, I'm sure we're going to be starting to see some tires stick through. Okay, yeah, that's two very unique and interesting builds that I think you guys are either going to love or hate. I just thought it'd be a nice bit of fun just to make two rather interesting looks to this car, as well as the battle car style, which I'm really loving the look of lately. I'd really like to get my own one in real life, actually, just perhaps not make the Evo look like a battle car. That would be a bit too much, but I don't know. I just like the look of it lately. But there we go, guys. That's it. It was only supposed to be a quick video. I've ended up making quite a few builds of these and checking out some different cars. Hope you've enjoyed this video. You can also let me know in the comment section below which one of these builds did you like. This one, maybe it was one of the other battle car style builds. Let me know in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.